This is Joseph Lucier here with Tongren Therapy, tapping for people all over the world with this incredibly effective technique. And there we go. We got all the technical stuff worked out. So we're going to tap with the Tongren Therapy. Our goal is to open a blockage, the bioelectrical blockage of the central nervous system, unleashing the bioelectricity and communications from the brain to the organs, ultimately to the cell. So let's look at our very first request here. Hello, YB Glum. We're going to do, put in all of your requests, everything that we talked about today. We don't want to miss anything. And you should sign up. We should just talk even for 15 minutes to go over all those different things to give you some peace. Blood flow to the brain. So our first request is long COVID. Blood flow to the brain. So the goal with long COVID is to reduce inflammation and eliminate spike proteins. So from a healing perspective, believe it or not, the number one way to remove spike proteins, and I'm going to sit back so you can all see me and see my hands. Spike proteins is urokinase from urine, as well as Japanese knotweed tea, anything with high antioxidants and binders, such as glutathione, clay, modified fruit pectin, all of those different things. But a high fruit vegetable diet is one of the best things you can do. Lots of probiotics to reduce inflammation. So let's go right to it. Anti-inflammation, T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. That's a long time to have long COVID. Sometimes there is injury, which can create heart palpitations because the arteries are injured. So then you would want to do a product like a black walnut or a combination vein health from a good company called Global Healing. Breathing issues, you want to do brain breath retraining, which you can do, which I've done. I had asthma. I reversed it. Believe it or not, I had it through either environmental or through COVID or some other thing. Proven that I have it. Did breath retraining and resistance training and proved that I got rid of it. So it can be done. There are specific techniques you can do for asthma, breathing, like you say, fatigue, inflammation, and the GI burning of the lungs. So you would use glutathione to repair the lungs. Tinnitus to repair all of the nerves, including the cranial nerves of the brain. So T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. For excited individual, good to see you. Microbiome for the inflammation and the different things. So clay, glutathione, and anti-inflammatory arterial herbs such as Global Healing's Vein Health, black walnut, hawthorn berry, those types of things. Hawthorn berry primarily. That's what I meant to say first. And for the breathing, to make it easy so people can do it anytime they want, as soon as they like, instead of a breath workshop, I'm launching next week with a 50% discount so people can just get it as quickly as possible. A breathing workshop to teach people how to breathe better. And to increase oxygen and increase lung capacity and reduce symptoms of breathing issues. But I consult people all the time to do that. microbiome, T11, T12, L4, L5. And grounding. Let's work on the GI, T7 and T12, and T3 for the burning lungs, and the ouch point for the tinnitus. Thank you for joining our group with an open heart, open mind. I've been doing this 25 to 30 years. It's very helpful. This is a technique used all over the world. You can do it with acupuncture, massage therapy, or Tongren to open a blockage, basically to remove resistance for the greatest resources of healing, which are innate in our own bodies and our own consciousness. So I'm curious, are people going to be around December 28th, or sounds like that would be a time to take a break? For the Thursday night class. I think that's, what's today's date? 8, 15, 22, 29. Yep, that would be 29. It's Christmas week for Christians. I don't know if it's a Jewish holiday or a Muslim holiday or Hindu holiday. I don't know. I will check it out. Lumbar 1 to 5. And for people that are new, as always, sit with your feet flat on the floor, palms face up, breathing through the nose. Longer exhale and inhale if you can, but mostly just be relaxed wherever you are, any way you like. Let's work on CV17 for the lungs. Laser on the lungs is an excellent option as well. CV4. Charge the battery. Liver 3 and kidney 1. So for the heart palpitations is a great remedy for that. The breathing, which I know from experience with patients, has been remedied through that, as well as myself, and through the breathing, resistant breathing techniques, as well as the herbal remedies, hawthorn berry jam or paste. Okay, so let's continue on. We have Happy Mama, who's always here, which is excellent. Perfect blood and lymph. So the best way to treat your lymph is with the castor oil packs, as well as Tongren. So let's do blood flow to the brain. And for a new person here, welcome, extended individual. Thank you, and let me know how you're feeling. Just sit and relax. Always after the therapy session, have some water because lots of things are stirred up, and cleansing and detoxing. And then keep an eye on your symptoms. So I've worked with long-term COVID people before. Blood flow to the brain. And let me just make a quick note for Jeff. Blood flow to the brain, a 3-part process that we teach, which we will start ramping up. We've got 20 workshops for 2023, and we have a brand new course, and it will be a great year. We have 4 interviews next year. We have Dr. Group, who's great. We have Dr. Wheatgrass, who's awesome. We have the Clay Master and the Breathing Master. So that's basically the core central group of our healing methodology that we work on. Clay for detoxing, the breath, the wheatgrass and brain wound connections, and cleansing with Dr. Group, which is the basic colon cleanse that we use from him. Blood flow, nerve flow, T1 for the bones, joyful being, timid creature, blue sky, great names. Perfect blood. So where does blood come from? It comes from the bones. You can also put your mind where I'm tapping in your own body, even that alone by yourself. If you put your mind and trace it through the spine, you can actually bring circulation and qi to an area with your own mind, or your hands with a qigong yourself. Many things we can do, many choices. So we're going to work on perfect blood, T1 for the bones, but we're also going to add in something extra for the breathing issues as well for everyone, because we want to increase oxygen even for the bones and qi. T3 for the lungs, T6 for the diaphragm. So let's really make sure we get all of the bones and the inflammation, T3, lungs and lymph. And we'll do, after this, for everyone, a quick lymph tune-up for Happy Mama and everyone. Perfect blood, lymph, please. You got it. So people can tell me about any, I think the Jewish holidays are later. And for anybody with AMD, at the beginning of our chats, in green, at least for me, is a section on some data about AMD. So that is on the website, and maybe I can put it also on the social media pages. In fact, I just did. Let's continue on with blood and lymph. So blood is for the immune system. Bone marrow. So T1 for the bone marrow, and again, craniosacral fluid for the bone marrow. T1 for the bones, bone marrow, GB789, sphenoid bone to tailbone. And hello, Marie. I watched the dog in the car wash. That was great. That was brilliant. That's a smart dog. T11, T12, we got the craniosacral fluid and the special points for the bone marrow and bones, GB39, and then a lymph tune-up. So lymph is garbage collection, carrying toxins away, which is good for everyone as we are removing toxins right now. So everything is about cellular metabolism. So axillary lymph for Happy Mama and everyone. Armpits, inguinal lymph for the groin. The lymphatic duct, thoracic duct, release to stomach 11 and 12, and then grounding liver 3 and kidney 1. Okay. So intrigued settler, your sore back, which is better. So you want sore back, better memory, and weight loss. So we will be doing cleanses start every season starting next year to work on enhancing these processes. It's usually a 2-part process. It's a colon cleanse and for 1 week, and then a 2-week clay detox to finish the process. Some people just do the 2-week process, but these are to enhance things. And for the person, calm creature, are you using any clay, any glutathione, or any binders, or any cleansing at all? Let me know, because there are many levels of do it. And grounding, spleen 6 for the spleen, for the lymph system, and GB39 for the bones and bone marrow, liver 3 and kidney 1. And what part of the back is sore? Upper, middle, or lower back? And yes, Faris, good to see you. We will tap for her. I can give you some good recommendations if you like for constipation. Something that was developed in your country by Tesla. That would be the way to go. And Rebecca, yep, there you are. And if I can say to the group, Rebecca, you had a great biopsy result. Thank you, and Tongren, keep tapping for healthy blood and liver. Rebecca, you rock. You're doing great. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Everybody, thumbs up, round of applause for Rebecca. Yes. So blood flow to the brain. Healthy blood and liver, so we'll do some more bone marrow work again. And for Erica Runko, welcome. The best detox is glutathione, but especially clay is the best. That's why I do like a 2-week clay program, teach people about clay, and do a complete clay detox program. There are certain things, not a lot of things, and I found experts. That's why those are the only people that I interview, and those are the only products that I use, because I don't really use products or sell products. I just have a process to give people the best possible option to get a baseline of healing and go forward long term for their own maintenance and their own empowerment. That's what we want to do. Vertebral artery to the spinal artery. So we're back. Let's work on the whole back. C1 to T12. Anti-inflammation, T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, which is also for detox and mold from chemical exposures, T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. And the best way to detox is from Tongren, detox organ, T3, T4 for the skin, which is a detox organ, our biggest detox organ, T9 for the liver, which is our main blood filter, stage 1, kidneys, blood, toxin filter, stage 2, so for metabolism, we want to work on GV20. I've been working on a client named Sunshine for metabolism, much more energy, walking better with all 4 legs for Sunshine. vertebral artery to spinal artery. And hopefully, Betsy, you're here tonight. Or maybe it's next week you can start. So detox and toxins, T123478 for Erica and for Calm Creature. Opening the lungs would be resistance breathing, glutathione, and NAC. Look up NAC for lung detox and cleansing. NAC. T123478 for inflammation for the sore back. T7 for the weight loss. So we're going to work for platelets and bones. T1 for the bones. T7 and T12 for digestion. I hope things are going okay. Did you try the peppermint oil and magnesium oil? Did it help at all? Are you doing any better, worse, or the same as Tom Tam says? Liver, T9 for detox, T4 for detox, L2 for detox, and to complete the process, the microbiome, T11, T12, L4, and L5. So let's work on memory loss and anxiety for everyone. Intrigued settler. So we work on C1, C2, and GB13. So let's see if we get any responses. Chronic fatigue. Congratulations, Rebecca. Yay, Rebecca. Look at this, Rebecca. You're doing awesome. You're doing all the work. Oh, we got some more announcements. Thank you for everything. Our Tongren community is responsible for all of this. We all work together. Blood labs were perfect last Friday. Woohoo. Happy mama. Round of applause. Yes, awesome. Good news for everyone. Happy holidays. Okay, magnificent. Low and sacrum. Magnificent citizen. Okay, we'll continue to work. Blood flow and nerve flow for the entire spine. T7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 for the digestion. Microbiome for the digestion. T11, T12 for Erica and for Marie. L4 and L5. T11, T12, L4 and L5. So exhaustion and sleep. Make sure you get iron and copper foods. Basically, the function of the cell as it creates energy. Exhaustion is a lack of energy. So you need more oxygen. You need more carbon dioxide to release the oxygen. You need the actual cellular metabolism process to be abundant with iron and copper and all of your electrolytes in your whole body. That's the math of our energy. So let's work on exhaustion and sleep. So lung sinus infections, T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, migraines, all this congestion in the neck. So let's work on reducing the neck for Calm Creature. Shoulder release points. So everybody relax your shoulders. And Ron, we will be with you in just a moment as well. So a simple statistic, if you walk more than 12 blocks regularly, your risk of developing AMD decreases by up to 30%. And here's something I can relate to. If you take foods rich in antioxidants and ocular pigment, which are mostly like herbs and carrots and things like that, 43% lowering risk of developing AMD. And lots of fruits and vegetables, always good for everything. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. T3 for the lungs. So a great thing for the lungs and sinuses is a steam bowl, steam tent, boiling water in a big bowl with a towel over your head and a few drops of lavender or echinacea essential oils. Inhale that into your sinuses and your lungs. Another option is an oregano saline spray right into the lung, into the sinuses. Breathe it in, sinus, let it coat also the throat. Cognitive function is oxygen, so sky window. Adrenal oxygen exhaustion, make sure no animal products, no coffee, any of those things which can basically take up resources from normal production, normal functioning to do work. So you need to have efficient foods, and you need to get rid of things that are taking up resources, such as inflammation, toxins, viruses, bacteria, heavy metals, and parasites. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. So we did toxins, liver, and digestion. We're going to do anxiety again, GP13. Vertebral artery, spinal artery to the entire spine. Shoulder release point, migraines is a very specific point. Gallbladder 21. If you put your thumb right there about halfway from the ear to the center, you'll feel a lot of pain, and you can even do that yourself. And the entire spine. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, and 8. So for Fran, T8, oxygen, which is T6. T8 is the esophagus. CV17 is for oxygen. So any of these resistance breathing techniques, slow rhythmic breathing, longer exhales, increase oxygen to the tissues. L1, L2 for the adrenals. So one thing for sleep, for everyone, intermittent fasting. The goal would be to reduce your eating time to 10 hours, ideally 8 hours, at the most 12 hours, and don't eat late at night, but get it down to even 8 hours. Or 6, if you really can, 10 to 4, something like I do. That's your eating time. And then what does that mean? All of that other time, the majority of your other time is healing, what they call autophagy, and actually healing of the body. So the resources are smaller amounts of time to digest, absorb, and eliminate, but a ton of time, including the time we sleep, to actually recover and heal and regenerate. So that's the strategy. It works for weight loss, it works for healing, works for all kinds of conditions, all those different things. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Healthy blood and liver. We've done the T1 for the bones and the blood, the bone marrow. T9 for the liver, Rebecca. And we have Veron for healthy gums, which we are going to work, but there are these gummies you can chew, which have the oral microbiome probiotics. I think Prodentum is one of the best ones that's out there right now. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. Okay, and Esther, I hope you have your requests in here. I don't think I got to the phone quick enough. Okay, so we've got detox, cognitive dysfunction, adrenal exhaustion, sleep, esophageal cancer. We'll do some more with cancer. Magnificent 7. And let's work on the Tongren for the gums, blood flow to the brain, initialize the brain, and then C3, 4, and 5 for the gums. And T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, Erica for the detox. Once more. And for possible protruded disc, intervertebral osteochondrosis, that is inflammation, I would double your water intake per day. That will expand your discs. If you have constipation, maybe caused by medication, that would be something you can do proactively through overnight colon cleansing, special magnesiums, different things you can do. And also kidney tumor, L1, 2, and 3. S1 to 5. Number 1 to 5, sacrum 1 to 5 for the sacrum and lower back pain. So with a protruded disc, as I've had myself, I would be with a chiropractor that would spread me out. Prodentum, I think, is the gummies. Prodentum is the oral microbiome gummies. So, C1 to S5, the entire spine for Magnificent City. Citizen, T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 for osteochondrosis, T1 for the bones and the inflammation. Severe hair loss, check your thyroid and your mineral stuff. You're not getting enough minerals. Constipation will also interfere with your absorption. Digestion, absorption, elimination. So number 1, focus. Oxygenation, number 1 and 2 focus, oxygenation and constipation. So let's work directly on the tooth, right infection, C3, 4, and 5. And again, T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. For abscess infection, you can use oregano, black seed oil gummies and swish it to constantly give inflammation, anti-inflammation, and antibacterial targets, bacterial infection of the mouth while you're swishing those herbs. So Dorothy, did you take a look at the information I have about AMD for exercise and healthy foods for AMD, but we will work on AMD coming right up. So for Magnificent Citizen, post shingles pain, T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Muscle loss, so digestion, absorption, elimination. Glaucoma, GV17 for eye pressure. T11, T12, L4, and L5 for the constipation itself. And balance the GI, which would be T7 to T12, L4, L5 for the microbiome, and lots of probiotic foods to balance the GI. For adrenals, stress reduction and relaxation response activation through breathing. L1, 2, 3, 4, 5, kidney failure, chronic kidney disease, heart problems, and also constipation. Our cleanse programs coming up on January 11 would be excellent. It is targeted on releasing constipation. That's its strength. Within 7 days, the constipation is basically solved. This is a technique developed in the area of Faris, Croatia, 1895, been used for over 120 years with great success. And for blue sky, healing of lower back, T7 to T12. So T7 for blood flow, T7 to T12 nerve flow, and then the right thigh, T7 right side, lumbar 1 to 5. Relaxed Mind is a device called the Relaxator, which is part of the course that I'm teaching. So Relaxator activates the relaxation response, increases oxygen in the body, alkalizes the body, and can be very beneficial for inflammation and even cancer and infections. That's why I'm so excited to share it with everyone. And hello, Tracy. Good to see you. Dorothy with macular degeneration, you're coming up next. Katrina Carlson McBrearty. And Mary Higgins, good to see you. Give everyone a tune-up as we continue on. So Relaxed Mind, C3, GB13. Nothing better for relaxation than the Relaxator. I don't have mine with me at the moment. I usually have it around my neck so I can use it all the time. And great, let's tap for Augustina. Good to see you, welcome. And just Fridays, 5 o'clock, if I get that right, going forward, each Friday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. 5 o'clock Eastern Time. And more constipation. Ozonated magnesium oxide is really the best thing you can do for constipation, as well as a tea called Smooth Move or Senna, which you can do, not long term. But Smooth Move, you can do short term, Senna, actually long term. But those would be the way to go. Supporting the liver, T9 for Ferris's mom. The The online breathing course will be available. It should be on Wednesday. Tuesday or Wednesday, I will let you know. And welcome to Jacqueline, Live It Fuller. I was thinking we should get together to focus more on what you need. I think there's some specific goals we haven't met, so I wanted to get more concentrated and help you even more to get exactly what you need. For now, we will do some more tapping. Yes, fertility, hormone balance, and peace of mind. So we want to do even better on that. We'll do work with the Tongren and anything we can do to make that work. I wanted you to sit sometime when you have time, we focus, brainstorm, and try to take it to the next level, see what worked, what didn't work, but we need to get further on your goals. So right thigh, ouch point, relaxed mind, GB13 for everyone. And for Dorothy and everyone for the eyes, Dorothy, Catherine, everyone. Focus on the eyes. Blood flow to the eyes, which is from the carotid artery, the vertebral artery. Occipital artery, base of the skull. Vertebral artery to the spinal artery. Working on the eyes directly as well. So we want to cover everything possible for AMD. So the question is, what do you take with zinc to enhance it? It's called quercetin, Quercitin. So you take those together. A lot of times they're sold together because they enhance zinc. So I would start off slowly, of course, but take zinc and quercetin. Global Healing sells it. Other people sell it as well. If I get them together. There's a great product from Dr. Zielinski, which is a good recommendation. Yes, quercetin helps absorption. It also has something called aquapores, which increases the access of zinc across the membranes. And Rebecca is right, better absorption of zinc. It enhances zinc absorption. So definitely quercetin, Quer, that would be Quer. Yep, that would be it. Vertebral artery, spinal artery. Grounding. Cataracts. Again, the book, The Cataract Cure. Whoop, there it is. And that would be CAN-C product. Or we work on the growth hormone and the eyes directly. Let me know if you try them out and see how they work for you. To quit coffee. All right. So the thing is to reduce it. Hopefully there's not a, detox reaction, and then eventually replace it, because a lot of people that drink coffee like the kick. So you can get the kick without the demineralization and without the diuretic effect. A lot of times through tea, like that tea from South America, mate tea or green tea. But mate tea seems to be a good option to replace coffee drinking, but we will work on that as well. So Tracy, blood flow to nerve flow. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Piriformis muscle pain, which sounds like sciatic as well. So for the cataracts, we work on the eyes. C3 for the eyes. Growth hormone for the cataracts in the eyes as well. So I recommend from an herbalist, work with an herbalist to do eye washes with Eye Bright, anything dealing with the eyes. And of course, lots of carrots. Vertebral artery to the spinal artery. So the piriformis muscle, so the blood flow, T7, the source of the piriformis, the nerves in the piriformis, and GB39, a very specific point. Put your mind there. GB30 rather, sciatic release point. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 for the piriformis. Muscle pain. Pain is inflammation. So we want blood flow to the area, nerve flow to the area, lumbosacral plexus, and the ouch point or trigger point, GB30 for the area. All three for joyful being. Tracy? Yes, thank you, Rebecca, for chiming in and helping us. And let's focus for Katrina Carlson McVierde. Leg soreness. So blood flow, nerve flow. So the blood flow is T7. And Magnificent Citizen, low and sacrum area. Lower back, we will do that as well, which is the lumbosacral plexus. Leg soreness and heaviness. So T7 for blood flow, nerve flow, lumbosacral plexus, and the ouch point on the legs themselves. GB bladder 54 for the legs and the knees. So for Esther, I don't see you having it in here. I may have missed it on the chat, but I'm going to go for it. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Anti-inflammation. L3 for fertility. 4. Live it fuller and others. Hormone balancing. GB30. Hypothalamus and pituitary. GB20 and 22. Also for Live It Fuller. Microbiome for Esther, T11, T12, L4, L5. And for anybody that follows Masterpiece Theater, you're probably in withdrawals since they've been having fundraising and the Masterpiece Theater has been delayed and differently scheduled, and it is really difficult. Timid creature. That is Esther. Oh, there you go. Perfect, Esther. Joint pain. So T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Arnica on the joints or Tromil on the joints. I think you tried it, but it didn't help. Hip pain extends down the thighs to the knees, so let's do the source. Lumbosacral plexus. All the way down on the legs. I would double the dose of vitamin B12 for a while. B12, ALA, And of course, vitamin D. I would double those for a week to see if that helps as well. Upper respiratory, T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Leg heaviness, that means the nerves aren't communicating, so it's getting harder to move because the nerve innervation is lowered. So definitely check your B12 levels, Katrina, and your hydration, those two things, and your electrolytes, which is all your rich fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds. Increase especially the leafy greens and the fruits and nuts. I mean the fruits and vegetables. Not so much the nuts. Leg nerve irritation, brachial plexus, lumbosacral plexus, right shin to the feet, bladder 54, and then the out point on the shins. And the bladder and upper respiratory, T3 for the lungs, T6 for the diaphragm, direct and indirect working with the respiration. And yes, Mary, we will get to C1 and C2 as well. T7 for the blood flow, S1 to S5 for the bladder. So son-in-law, itchy post-COVID rash, which could be very mild, I don't know, very mild. Shingles, which is not uncommon. Well, let's work on T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 for the skin. Clay packs, clay foot soaks, or clay baths would be my recommendation as well, because it's detoxing of all the stuff that's going on, and shows up in the skin if it can't come out of the body normally. Symmetrical on both sides, so that implies, in my guess as well, nerves. Impacted resistance on nerve functionality. So both sides of the body, Tian Dong on left side and right side. C1, C2 for Mary. Instability of the neck, C1, C7. Sky window for Mary. Shoulder release points. Yoga poses, especially yoga therapists. Back of hands, so brachial plexus, back of legs, lumbosacral plexus, and bladder 54. So that's a detox reaction whenever the skin has a rash. It means it needs more hydration, more clay, more different things to detox the body. So we're going to still work, quit coffee. There's a method we can do. And grounding for Esther. And for Mary Higgins. Persistent neck pain in the back and the right side. So that we start at the top. C1, C2, brachial plexus and the shoulder release point on GB12. GB17, GB9, GB19, 20, I'm sorry, GB21. And grounding, put your mind into your feet. Liver 3 and kidney 1. Breathe in. Exhale as the energy and the breath floats to the bottom of the feet and into the earth. For grounding. So Fancy Human, Genevieve, yep, I saw your request. We need to speak, so that's all set. Hopefully you're getting the alerts. So blood flow to the brain for Esther, for Fancy Human, Genevieve. and work some more. So the magnesium oil didn't work, the wheatgrass balm didn't work. All right, we'll go to the next step. I would do castor oil with pokeweed essential oils on the belly and then on the pain areas, alternating. That would be my next recommendation. And Nia Imani, good to see you. Magnificent humanoid, was that from before? Chronic fatigue means there's not enough energy produced in the cells. So you need to detox, to remove toxins which take up space for nutrients and oxygen to create energy. Let's look at the brain. Adenomyosis. So for all of us, could you put in a little bit adenomyosis so that we can understand it better? We probably talked about it. I want to make sure I have it correct. Endometriosis, so T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 for endometriosis and adenomyosis. And fibromyalgia, all three, and joint pain. Brachial plexus for the arms, lumbosacral plexus for the legs, and joint pain. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. So let's take it to the next level. There's a TENS machine, which is really good for pain. And I think, I'm not sure, but Christina, who's now in her new clinic in West Quincy, would be a good option for you. But tell me everything that you've tried and didn't work. We've got to make sure. The wheatgrass balm, I would still continue that once a week. Twice a week. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Good to see you, Mary, and everyone. And Scott, excellent to see you. And Tracy, you're buzzing with chi. Yeah, just sit, relax, breathe through the nose. If you can, a little bit longer exhale, and just let the chi move. The key is to be in a relaxation response and to allow with your mind to increase the chi to flow. Pain is relieved. Great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. And we will do at the end a technique to reduce coffee or any addiction. I'm not saying it's an addiction or any tendency for something that you want to reverse. And we will do a special technique for that in just a moment. So we will keep doing what we can for you, Esther, until we solve the problem for you. Vagus nerve, gut-brain axis for everyone. GB12, CV12. CV12 and CV4 for fertility, also for live it fuller. So I'd be interested to know, live it fuller, what you think. I use GB12, gallbladder 12, vagus nerve, and CV12 for the solar plexus for the gut-brain axis. I'd love to know your opinion on that. Liver 3 and kidney 1, CV4 for fertility and hormone balancing as well. And for coffee, chocolate, sugar, all of those things that you think you have too much of an attachment to, close your eyes, breathe in, and put them in your mind. Think about these things. Visualize these things. Taste these things. Breathe into these strings and keep going. Just calm your mind, but have those in your mind as if you're having them at this very moment. And think about why you want them, but think about the fact that you do want them a lot. Put them into your mind at this very moment. Continue for 30 seconds. Again, put your mind on the coffee, the chocolate, the sugar, and just calm your mind. Breathe in and allow that to trigger and shake those thoughts of connections and attachment from your brain. And for everyone, charging the battery, CV4. And great to see everyone. Let me know if I can help in any way. That's what we're here for. A great community of people supporting each other, helping and seeing a lot of good results. Some people still have challenges, which we want to focus on more and more and more until we solve the problems to the best of our abilities. Thank you very much. Have a great day, everyone. Blessings to all of you. And if you came in late or things, don't forget you can always just replay this session with your requests. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do. I might not be around on the 28th or the 27th. Let's see, 8, 15, 22, 28, 15, 22, 29. The 29th, I may not be here the 29th. But what I can do is one thing I might do is you put in your request. I will make a recording anew again for that night, and you can play it just by refreshing as well. Thanks very much and have a great day.